Whenever we hear about our mind, we kind of tend to talk about it like it's something different from you, like it's like something else that is just making sounds, and it is. But at the same time, it's inside you and it's inside your head. And you're basically responsible for everything that is happening in your experience. Hello, and welcome again. My name is Sergio. If you don't know me already, welcome to my channel. This is probably the first video you're gonna see of me. Today, I want to talk about something that it's called the art of not thinking. And this is an amazing topic for me because it has helped me a lot with my development as a person, with my growth as a person, on my business, on my relationships overall has just grown me as a person. Not thinking is one of the most valuable things that I think you can learn today. And the way I want to teach you do that is just by having practical exercises to do it. But I want to first explain why is that important? Why is so important that you don't think and just act upon things, right? This maybe sound like a bit cliche, and everyone is talking about this. Maybe you have heard someone else, but I want you to actually have the experience of it. I want you to grasp the concept. I really want you to do it for yourself, so you can just stop just hearing advice from people and actually start doing things. Okay, so the art of not thinking, it's basically composed of just one main action that you can do every single day. And it has nothing to do with meditation. Probably it has to do with meditation a little bit, but it's not a like a normal meditation. You sit and you focus on your breathing and you just allow yourself your thoughts and whatever. No, this practice actually is focused on you to be able to shut the fuck up, basically. All right, not just you as a person, but also the things that you are saying in your mind. All right, whenever we hear about our mind, we kind of tend to talk about it like it's something different from you, like it's like something else that is just making sounds, and it is. But at the same time, it's inside you and it's inside your head. And you're basically responsible for everything that is happening in your experience. And one of those things is your thoughts, all right? Is that sounds that you keep hearing in your head. Now, these sounds, these thoughts, these words, phrasing could be sometimes a little bit, you know, heavy on you. They may be a little bit, they may be a little, you know, hard sometimes on you. It depends on what you have in your mind. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, what I want you to know about this is that the content of your thoughts don't really matter. What I want you to do is that realize that you are just able to shut up. Like you are just able just to stop it. All right? And this is very important because you are using energy all the time. You're basically spending your energy when it comes to your day-to-day life. And one of the things that I've realized is that sometimes we can spend a lot of time thinking, just thinking about doing something, or thinking that maybe something should go in a special direction or a specific direction when you don't really have any control of that. All right, your mind thinks it does when it actually doesn't. All right, I want you to just think about this. Your mind has this ability to create stories about everything that is observing. And at the moment that you observe something, your mind has an opinion about it, right? And I'm talking about your mind like it's a different person, like a different stuff from you, right? That sometimes helps you to, create the separation between you and your thoughts. But at the same time, it doesn't take away the responsibility for you to just make it stop. All right, because at the end of the day you are your thoughts. At the end of the day you are your mind, and whether you like it or not, it was you that choose those thoughts. uh, yeah, you chose you're choosing actively to think that, to have an opinion about that thing that you're experiencing. So the key here is just to make it stop. How are we supposed to just stop our minds, right? How are we just supposed to just shut them, like make this silence out of nowhere, right? When our mind is always speaking, always saying things about everything. And I want you now to do this exercise with me. It's really simple. It's just a simple meditation, and it actually consists in just you being sit down with yourself. All right, and I want you to focus on your chest, and I want you to breathe like very deeply. And I want you to notice your mind. All right, and I want you to notice your body as well. I want you to pay attention to what's happening in your body. Right. For me right now, I'm a little uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna sit right, and you're gonna just allow yourself to relax a little bit, and then you're gonna start paying attention to what's happening in your mind. All right, what is happening? What is going on? What are you saying? What are you? You probably are just focused on what I'm saying, right? I'm gonna give you just a little bit of silence for you to notice how your mind starts to talk. All right, starts saying things or having opinion on things, and just watch it. All right, this moment you probably had a little bit of silence, and or probably you started to talk, right, to saying some things on your mind. Now, I want you to close your eyes and focus on your mind. And I want you to think on purpose, all right? I want you to think whatever you want to think. I want you to count to 10, all right, in your mind, all right? So you're going to start doing that. And as you do it, I want you to pay attention uh, to your mind, to the voice that is counting, all right? And I just want you to stop. Stop counting. Just stop saying numbers. And notice, it's really simple. They're not that complicated. Notice what happens before you start talking. All right. I want you to get to the very start, to the 0 point, to the point zero. I don't know how to call it. To the point where you're about to say something. All right. You're about to just drop some words, drop some phrases, some thoughts. And as soon as you start talking, I want you to go back to the beginning. I want you to go back to the start, to the silence where you are not talking. All right. Now you're gonna notice this. All right. You're gonna become aware of this. You are in control of what's happening to you and what are you thinking all the time. All right. You are in control of that. You can get distracted from that point, and your mind is gonna start wandering. All right, because sometimes you will do things that you don't need your mind to do it, like you don't need that part of your mind to do it. So your mind just gonna start wandering. You maybe had this experience when doing the dishes. All right, when you're doing the dishes, you have like these thoughts that just start talking. Maybe you ask some questions and you answer them, and then you start to create a whole story about it, right? That story that you create around the things that you are just uh, perceiving or experiencing, they're gonna take you somewhere and they're gonna make you behave a certain way, right? And most of the time, when you follow these thoughts, you are engaging in a behavior that is repetitive. as your thoughts. All right. So you're gonna start making this link. Sometimes the content of your thoughts has nothing to do with your behavior, all right? But those are the trigger for you to have that behavior. So the key thing here is to realize that okay, whenever I'm thinking this, I'm gonna start doing that, all right? If I don't want to, if I don't want to do this, if I don't want to behave like this, I know I can just stop this part, all right, like the mental part of it. Once you do that, once you are able to just grab a little bit of control of what is happening right here, you gonna move your attention from your head to your body, all right, from the mental plane to the physical plane, let's call it like that. And once you're here in the physical plane, and nothing makes sense, it really doesn't. It's just fun. It's just crazy sometimes. It's just life, man. It's just things happening all the time. And here in the physical plane, you can have so much fun. Everything's spontaneous. Everything seems to be like out of control, but at the same time with a flow that makes sense. If you compare it with your mind, you're gonna see that your mind is kind of dull. It's kind of boring. It's kind of always the same over and over and over and over. So the key thing here is to be able to come back to your body every time. All right. When you're able to do that, and this is practice by the way, it's not like, I mean, you watch that video, you got the experience, awesome, but now do it again. All right. Take time for yourself to just do nothing, to just become aware of your body, all right? Because your body is like a whole different intelligence that it doesn't speak like your mind, it doesn't work at all like your mind. Your body has its own intelligence, and it's you. It's the you that experience things, that gets excited, that get that intuition. We can call it like that if you want to. But that's just the thing. And I want you just to practice this. Get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your body, with your feelings, with your sensation, and then try to just go about your day. Yeah, I just want you to go about your day trying not to have an opinion about everything in your mind. All right, you can speak if you want, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but just try to maybe think that you are not really sure about what's happening, right? It's just like you live your day and focus on how do you feel on your day. Focus on what are the sensations that you're having in your day. All right, and I think that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you tomorrow with another video, and practice this and let me know in the comments how did you feel. What do you think about this? I know this is something probably you heard before. I just wanted to share this experience because it has helped me a lot. And if you have any other questions in your about your mind, about your behavior, feel free to drop them, and I just answer them for you. All right. Have a nice day.